The 48th G7 summit was held from June 26th to 28th in Germany, which had previously hosted a G7 summit in 2015. Notably, India was a special guest in the summit. Here, let us see why India was invited, though it is not a member of G7. Before that, let us see what G7 is. The G7 is an informal forum bringing together the leaders of the world's leading industrial nations, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan. It was formed in 1975 as the world suffered from the first oil shock and financial crisis. 6 leading industrial countries met for the first time to discuss the global economy. Canada joined in 1976 and Russia in 1998. It was then called the Group of 8, but following the annexation of Crimea, the G7 nations decided to meet without Russia in March 2014, suspending its membership. The European Union has participated in the G7 since 1981 as a non-enumerated member represented by presidents of the European Council. Each year, a member country takes on a year-long presidency and hosts the summit. This year, it was Germany's turn. If India is not a member, how is it at the G7 summit? This is a question that needs some explanation. The host nation invites non-members to participate in the summit as partner countries. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz had invited India to the 2022 meet. Other nations which have been invited are Argentina, Indonesia, Senegal, and South Africa. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky took part virtually on June 27th. Several international organizations, including the United Nations, the World Health Organizations, the World Trade Organization, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank are also participating in the summit. Since Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister in 2014, this was the 3rd time he was a participant. Last year, Modi was invited by UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to the Cornwall Summit, where India participated virtually. India was invited by the G7 French presidency in 2019 to Biarritz Summit as a goodwill partner, and the Prime Minister participated in the sessions on climate and biodiversity and digital transformation. During Manmohan Singh's tenure, India attended the summit, then G8, 5 times. Germany's invitation to G7 summit is seen as yet another step in maintaining the tradition of a close partnership between India and Germany. India has become a regular invitee at the G7 summits, as there is no doubt that the country needs to be part of any sustained effort to solve the challenges being faced by the world. As an active participant in many other divergent plurilateral groupings like the Quad, 12, U2 and BRICS, the summit has further established the indispensability of India in any noticeable North-South or North-South platforms when it comes to searching for solutions and their implementation. India's regular participation at the G7 summits points to increasing acceptance and recognition that India needs to be a part of any and every sustained effort to find solutions to solve global challenges, according to an official. U.S. National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby had said ahead of the meeting that India had been invited because the agenda is deep and diverse, and it is not about trying to splinter them off from Russia, reported news agency ANI. It is not about trying to splinter them off or coax them away from any other association or partnership that they might have with another country. That's not the goal here. The goal is to unify around a set of common principles and initiatives, Kirby had said, adding that G7 wants to advance in terms of climate change, energy, and food security.